Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol DPRX. We will take a look at the 15-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 15-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 15 minutes. So while this may look like a couple weeks worth of time right there, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 15-minute time slices. I want to do this time frame as I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where some of these levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Pretty rough day with the gap down, but the bulls did show some signs of strength in terms of, bouncing upwards and then starting to go sideways through the remainder of the day. So yes, I realize that's kind of setting the bar somewhat low, but if you've been around long enough, I'm sure you've seen, prices where they gap down, and then after the gap down, they just pull one of these numbers where they just continue to drift down even after the opening bell. That was not the case here. Like I said, bulls showed a little bit of strength, got a decent little bounce here, and then spent the remainder of the afternoon going sideways. So let's map out kind of where some of these levels of support and resistance are currently sitting. First area of support that really stands out to me is essentially where the bulls held strong after the bears try to press everything back down. What do I mean by that? Well, again, and that's at $2.63. Quick little kind of recap of the day. So the price bounced, and then right here, the price did roll back over, or the bears tried to take back over. But after the bears pushed it down, the bulls eventually stepped in up at this point, which is obviously higher, than where they stepped in back here. So not to insult anyone's intelligence, but if you picture each of these, bases of lows as stair steps, there are some stair steps now heading in the upwards direction. Now, just because that happened, by no means am I saying this thing's going to be up at $6 tomorrow. I'm just saying that the bulls, when I say the bulls showed some strength, showed some progress, I want to kind of just justify that so it doesn't sound like I'm just pulling stuff out of thin air. So price did put in some higher lows, and that puts, $2.60, which again is that green line there. Very important, because if the price can hold above there, and especially if there's a high volume break to the downside, then it would not be shocking at all to see the price kind of drift downwards to this $2 area again, if not lower. But so far so good. 260 doing a good job of holding strong as support. What about areas of resistance? So if this bounce is going to get some continuation, where are some of the hurdles that the bulls will need to cross? Really, the key hurdle that really stands out to me is right here at the $3.40 mark. During the mid-afternoon, you can see right here several different occasions the bulls tried to push up through there but couldn't quite do it. So for whatever reason, there seems to be some sellers sitting up there right around $3.40. So like I said, if any sort of bounce, any sort of continued momentum is going to get continuation, that's certainly the main hurdle that needs to be crossed. So a lot of volume in this one, a lot of eyeballs on it, so it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds the remainder of the week. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.